the hunting down and total destruction of the native wildlife. Bears, spiders, octopus, weird mosquito freaks. Ooh, all of them. Even you, chicken. It's been some years, but I've been craving the carving of their bones just to go out and hunt their brethren all over again. And we're finally back. Back to being the apex predator in any land that we step foot in. And this time, we're in the wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds has been one of my most anticipated games of 2025. Except for this goddamn story that I could give less than a shit about. Thank God in this game you can skip cutscenes, even though I didn't, because I needed to confirm my suspicions of how much I didn't care. And for you, Emma. I feel like nobody gives a shit about the story of Monster Hunter. I'm here for one thing and one thing only, to go and hunt monsters. Not some bitch ass little boy sad that I'm about to hunt down a dragon and take his bones in cold blood. The dragon that destroyed your village, Nada. Stop being such a little bitch. There is a redeeming factor about the story though. These little face-offs that happen when you're about to fight a new monster, that's pretty cool. And I guess when Alma gives you authorization to kill said monster, that's pretty cool too. But other than that, I can care less. I just want to go freely hunt the monsters I want to hunt. Speaking of monsters, they all feel pretty unique and new. My two personal favorites being the octopuses and the spiders. Especially Zhu Wu with his eldritch horror looking design. Molars for a face, sharp tentacles and a hole of teeth on his head. Ooh, nasty. The only other Monster Hunter I played is Worlds, and the thing I like most about these monsters is how grounded in reality they are. Besides like the fucking gods you have to face in Endgame. But other than that, you can pretty much tell what they are based off what they look like. The difficulty though, that's a different story. Maybe it's because I played a previous Monster Hunter, but this one feels easier, at least on release. I don't think this is a bad thing though. The game is still insanely fun to play. And I could be completely wrong. Like I said, the only other Monster Hunter I played was Worlds, and that was towards the end of it. So that means all the difficulties were out, all the Monster Hunters were out, all the DLC, and especially all the cross-promotion monsters like the Behemoth. The Behemoth. But in Worlds, I remember dying a lot more in the campaign portion of the game. Maybe it's because I was new, maybe it's because I sucked, but I definitely remember that goddamn dinosaur ANJANATH, or Anjan whatever, he was beating my ass. That was a wall that I had to get through. In Worlds, I pretty much got through the whole campaign without dying at all. There wasn't a real challenge in the campaign. Now, the only one that I had a problem with is Gore Magala. That motherfucking dragon is pissing me off. The focus mode is great for landing attacks and judging your distance, and this mount, oh my god. Chasing, gathering, collecting, it all feels so much better with the mount. Especially dealing with your inventory. You could just slap on auto run and sharpen your weapons and go through your inventory, all while chasing the monster down still, till you're back into the fight quicker. Speaking of auto run, I thought I wouldn't like that aspect of the game. I thought that was gonna streamline it way too much, but I love it. It gets me to the monster quicker. It makes me jump into the game I wanna play, which is hunting the monster and killing it. It's all about getting to the monster as fast as possible to fight. That's what everyone cares about, right? Well, that and the armor. Now to talk a little bit more about the real game, the drip. More specifically, the weapons and armor. The weapons and armor in this game are just as cool as they were in Worlds or probably in the ones before that one. They all look unique, they all look like they belong to the monster that you killed. And the reason why I like the armor so much is because after a long and tough fight of a monster whooping your ass, being able to wear his skin and bones as armor is satisfying. You just feel like a badass in them. And then you got the stats. You can mix and match all these stats up to however you want to do it. You got 14 weapons and all the armor, and then you can get decorations for every single one of the armor. So you could put this decoration with this weapon, more stamina, more weapon damage, more affinity, less elemental damage. They all go together. And this is truly the end game of Monster Hunter. Menus. Yeah, with the weapons I find myself experimenting way more. In Worlds, I was a longsword main and that's all I used. Never tried to go out of my realm. But in this one, with the new combos and the new attacks it all has, I want to experiment with everything. The combat just feels smoother with these combos that they have. Everything is tight and clean. It just reacts how I want it to react. And with this new wound system, every weapon feels just as powerful as the next, adding to that power fantasy the game provides. The art style of this game definitely carries the visuals. Graphically, it just don't look that good. And the reason I even bring this up is because the amount of people that have been complaining about it not working on their PC is crazy. I have a 4090. So I don't really gotta deal with any of these issues that other people do. But for a full price game, this shit should not be happening. It should be optimized for everything at this point. It's 2025, baby. We got the technology, so what are we doing? And it's not graphically intensive. And that's my point here. With it not being as graphically intensive, you would think that this shit would work. But for a lot of people, it didn't. And that's crazy. It's a full price $70 game. At this point, the shit should be working, especially from a AAA developer. And I'm tired of shit like this happening. People shouldn't have to wait days, weeks, months just for patches to come out on a $70 game that they just bought. That's insane. It's crazy. And it's still happening in this big old year. I don't give a fuck about no excuses. If I'm dropping about $80 on a game, my shit better work. If the game ain't optimized, they might as well release that shit as a beta, so at least I'm prepared to get fucked. Thankfully, that's my only real issue with the game. Other than that, this game is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Lastly, the landscape is pretty much okay, I guess. I mean, with this new chocobo and the auto run feature, my brain pretty much turns off when I'm using auto run. Unless I'm collecting materials or sharpening my weapon or managing my inventory, I'm not really paying attention to the landscape at all. And I feel like it's not really memorable too much. If you ask me, I wouldn't say it's really bad, it's just all right, at best. In Worlds, when you had to manually run to the monster, you actually had to take in everything around you. And it forced you to do that. You would run past random animals doing whatever they would do and things that would catch your eye. Maybe a big tree looked cool to you, I don't know. But like I said, with the auto run, it's kind of just mindless running to the monster until you're ready to fight. And that's fine with me. With this game, it feels more like a boss rush than a hunt. In Worlds, you had to track the monster by looking for gashes on the ground or scratches on trees. But in this one, with the auto run, again, you just rush straight to the monster. For me, it's not that big of a deal, but for longtime fans, I could see where this is dumbed down a little bit too much, and it takes out that hunting portion and the immersion of being a hunter. But again, I'm worried about the end game, so it's a welcome addition in my eyes. Overall, I love Wilds so far. I think it's a perfect follow-up to Worlds. All this new ease of access, easier time to get to monsters, even more fun weapons, everything is just blending so well for me. At this point, I'm just waiting for new content to come out. I feel like I've gotten to a point to where I've beaten the game so far. So I'm just waiting for the new high rank mode that they have to come out and the new DLC whenever it drops. I'll be on that day one. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I fuck with the game. Bye.